And we start this half hour with Harry and Meghan making their first appearance in Europe together since exiting the royal family. The couple kicking off the Invictus Games in the Netherlands, and ABC's Bob Woodruff is there. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. You know, the Invictus Games are already underway here. This year, about 500 wounded veterans from 20 different countries are competing. And this morning I went in to see the Americans and the Ukrainians fighting side by side on what is called the unconquered team. Those are the countries that just don't have enough volleyball players on to make their own national team. And later today, Prince Harry and Meghan will appear inside for the opening speech. They're back, Harry and Meghan attending their first international event since walking away from royal life. The Duke and Duchess hitting the yellow carpet of the Invictus Games in The Hague, having stopped off in the UK for a royal reunion with the Prince of Wales and the Queen.
The fact that they stopped off in the UK is a significant step in beginning to build bridges in this very public family feud.
The couple greeted with applause, nearly as loud as that for Team Ukraine.
I don't think ever in the history of the Invictus Games has a team ever come from a war zone to be going back to a war zone.
The war-torn country managed to send athletes to the Paralympic-style event that Prince Harry founded in 2014, a break from the fighting for these brave competitors. Harry and Meghan holding a special reception for Team Ukraine and Team USA. The wounded warriors from both teams have a close bond, having trained together for years. This will be the 5th Invictus Games, Prince Harry's passion project, which he founded after attending the Warrior Games in the U.S. in 2013. Harry having served 2 tours in Afghanistan, creating these international games to help the world's injured veteran community.
When Prince Harry stepped back as a working royal, perhaps the most difficult thing for him was losing his formal military associations. This is a community that he was part of for so long and that he said made him, but he's still clearly determined to continue to represent them in his own way.
The Games also holding a special significance for the couple. The Toronto Games in 2017 was their public debut as a couple. We learned this morning that just within the past few weeks or so, 4 members of the Ukrainian Invictus team were actually killed. Another was taken captive by the Russian forces. And you can imagine, Eva, that there's so much support from all of the countries here.
Definitely. Bob Woodruff for us there. Thank you. And joining us this morning for more on Harry and Meghan is ABC News royal contributor Omid Scobie. Good to have you this morning. Now, this was the couple's first trip outside the U.S. since splitting from the royal family. How do you think they were received by the Queen and Prince Charles?
Well, it was obviously an overdue reunion for Prince Harry, Meghan and the Queen, and something that we know the Queen had been looking forward to. Obviously, security issues had gotten in the way in the past, but this was a trip that allowed the couple to come straight from Heathrow Airport directly to the Windsor estate, one of the safest parts of England. And of course, it was there they had that private moment with the Queen. She's all about no nonsense, and I think the fact that they kept this under wraps, not even the Palisades knew about it, would have gone down really well with Her Majesty. They're able to spend those private family moments together. And, you know, we know that that relationship's warm. It's continued for a long time and still is the same today.
They've said previously they couldn't return to the UK because of security issues, yet they did return and they're now visiting the Netherlands. What changed?
Well, I think the fact that Harry and Meghan were able to go straight to the Windsor estate from their flight from the US meant that they weren't under any risk whatsoever. And of course, with trips like this, risk assessment takes place. And if you look at where the majority of the threats, those harmful, violent threats that come mostly online are from, they're often in the UK. They're a very polarizing couple in Britain. Whereas in the Netherlands, it's just not the case. They don't have those same security concerns here, which is why within here, the grounds in The Hague, where the Invictus Games are taking place, they're able to move around a little more freely. And I've seen there's a lot of security here, so they're definitely safe.
Omid Scobie for us. Thanks. Good to have you as always.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.